Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Seduce Me Too. It's been quite some time since I've actually recorded, but I believe we are here with Faye learning some magic. I could fly! Oh right, we could fly! I like that Faye with growing excitement of the situation. This was the best feeling ever. Faye grinned before slowly letting me go, proving that they weren't holding me up and that I wasn't imagining anything. Holy crap! Pure elation rushed through me as I merely measured the distance between my feet and the floor. I was in the air and slowly bobbing up and down like Faye, floating freely against gravity. I did it!
You did it! You're flying!
Hell yeah, I'm flying. That'd be cool. I rolled my body forward, feeling the air around me slowly guide me, and obedience to the energy in my body moved me through the space. It was incredibly odd, feeling the air slightly brush against my entire body, but I was indeed moving forward. A large grin graced my face as I became more determined with my mental commands. I flew towards Faye and circled them before suddenly flying around the space. I felt as free as a bird, letting my mind naturally drive me in each direction I wanted to go in.
Here we go! You're getting it!
Out of pure adrenaline, I arched back and did a flip in the air before rocketing back forward and gliding over to turn away from the wall I was quickly approaching. The rush of this new power became addicting, and I wanted to do more with it. Still, I couldn't deny the effects using the power was putting me in. I could feel my energy quickly drain away the longer I remained in the air. A slight tingling sensation ran over my legs and hands, reminding me that I had a limited amount of energy. I mentally took note of it and floated over to Faye, putting a lid on my over-enthusiastic lead from the new power and preparing myself for further instruction. Alright, I can fly now. What's next? Faye laughed before planting their hands on their hips.
You really like flying, huh?
I couldn't help but nod. This was the most exciting thing I had done in the demon world thus far. It was like I was a superhero or something. I barely had to think about staying up to remain in the air, and it was increasingly making me giddy. They grinned before circling around me and gesturing me to follow them.
Then let's have a little fun! Come on!
Within the blink of an eye, Faye zipped out of the room and into the hall. Wait, what? Not wanting to lose them, I willed myself forward, starting the chase. I quickly arched around the corner, looking Faye into my sights before building up speed to cut at my increasing distance. Faye was ridiculously fast, and I barely managed to dodge the obstacles in our way, which included other demons and decor.
Whoa!
Ah! Sorry, not sorry!
Despite ducking and dodging each speed bump in the halls, I couldn't help but laugh at the thrill of the experience. They looked back at me and laughed as well, but suddenly dropped their expression.
Ah!
With almost a screeching halt, Faye turned their body back upright and stopped going forward, holding out their hands and stopping me as well. To my surprise, Faye managed to stop me without budging from their place, like they were a perfect brick wall. Why did Faye stop? I turned upright as well, suddenly confused. Faye, however, floated forward ever so slightly and looked into a nearby room, peeking over the corner of the barely open doorway. Out of my curiosity, I did as well, feeling my energy die out and lower me to the stand on the floor at last. The room we were peeking into happened to be the war room, and we stared at the back of Diana's head as I looked down at the table in front of her, her hands gripping the edges like angry vices, ready to break it. How did Faye know Diana was in here? And what the heck was Diana upset about?
How could a squad of scouts be found and slaughtered by a band of wild harpies?
Diana seemed to answer the question, but my mind began to try and imagine what she had said. Harpies existed. A squad of scouts were out and were killed. I looked up at Faye and seeing them press their lips together in worry as they stared at the succubus. As I turned to look back at Diana, however, I silently gasped and covered my mouth at what I had laid my eyes upon. Around Diana's body was black and purple fiery aura, flickering frighteningly in the air around her as she dug her nails into the wood of the table.
I'll have to search for it myself then. But where to start?
Before I could watch further, suddenly afraid of Diana, I'm guessing that's Faye grabbed my shirt and quickly pulled me away from the door, making sure to cover the hand I had placed over my mouth with their own for safety.
Let's go. We should get back to training.
Without even giving me an explanation or a chance to break free, Faye guided me back to the training hall. My mind became full of questions, but as we returned to the training hall, Faye became almost like a military sergeant. I had to practice flying and forming my thorn bush to build my stamina until the end of the day, but then I was too exhausted to ask questions and just returned to my room. I would ask tomorrow. The day at last ended, and I was I wound up slowly walking towards my room. I was tired and ready to hit the pillow, but as I entered, I stared at who was there, waiting for me. Settle? Settle stood in the middle of the room, staring hard at me as if I had done something wrong.
Do you know what a stone destiny is?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me. A stone destiny. I had never heard of such a thing. Did it have something to do with angels? I tilted my head, making Settle sigh and lower his head.
A stone destiny binds a person's entire life towards a specific direction. It could be for good, it could be for evil. However, when a stone destiny is set, almost nothing can stop it from taking its course.
Why are you bringing this up? Settle looked up at me and closed his eyes, resolved in explaining to me whatever was on his mind. What he told me, however, shocked me.
I believe that your fiancé is locked in a stone destiny.
What? That made no sense. James was locked in the stone destiny. What did that have to do with anything? Where did this come from? As Settle watched my expression, he continued to speak.
There is only one way to forge a stone destiny, by making a deal with angels. If someone is willing to give angels something worthy, the angels can set and seal someone's life as if in stone. If anything threatens to destroy that destiny, the angels step in.
That was it. That was why the angels were after me. If James was tied to a stone destiny, then the only reason they were attacking me was because I was in the way of his fate. How could that be, though? What was his destiny? His destiny was probably to be the new demon lord. To become the next demon lord? Yeah. Something in my mind clicked at the thought. Of course, that had to be it. I had taken James away from his destiny and was about to marry him. Of course they would be after me. I sat on my bed, shocked and astonished at the news. I felt somewhat relieved that James and I had found a way to stop them, but I still felt the weight of the new information sinking into my thoughts. Settle stepped towards the door and closed it, looking to me.
Breaking a stone destiny is nearly impossible. Nearly.
Nearly impossible, but it's not impossible. I looked up at him, anxiousness growing as he repeated the word. There was a way to fix this and set James free. Then how can we set him free from it?
By giving him enough energy to do so himself.
I stared. It made sense, but giving him energy meant probably sleeping with him. I didn't have much of a problem with it, but sex wasn't something I wanted to do just because it had to be done. It was better to make love when the people involved were in the mood to do so, rather than because they had to. Settle turned back to the door.
He is a powerful incubus, but he isn't powerful enough to break through his destiny unless you help him.
Before he left, however, I stopped him. Something seemed off with Settle being the one to tell me. Settle, why are you telling me instead of Diana telling me?
She isn't aware of it. Not many demons know of it or even believe it to be an actual occurrence.
Then how do you know about it? Settle seemed to stand still, letting silence linger in the air. The room began to feel off as Settle stood in his place. I had felt this feeling before, but I couldn't pin down where. Finally, Settle slowly turned his head to me, causing me to silently gasp at what was revealed, and his gold eyes were crosses, glowing a dark black where his pupils were. The feeling of feathers once again danced around me, causing me to quiver silently.
Does that answer your question?
That you're an angel? I nodded slowly but frightfully. Settle was an angel. How? He looked like a demon. No one mentioned him being anything close to an angel other than him using holy magic. Did Diana not know either? How is this hidden? Settle closed his eyes and relaxed a bit as he pressed his lips into a fine line.
I love my lady. I would follow her to the ends of the 5 worlds if she demanded it of me. To see the man she was bound to wed here, locked by a destiny that would have taken my love away long ago. It's maddening.
Oh, right.
The longer he stays here, the more dangerous his destiny becomes. I've seen visions of what would come to pass if his destiny is fulfilled, and I will do everything to make sure that doesn't happen.
Alright. I could see the jealousy in Settle's eyes once again. Something burned heavily in Settle's gaze, and didn't dare fade away as he gripped his spear in a white-knuckled grip.
My lady is a queen deserving of the world, not a harem girl for him to ravage in a cage.
Memories of the nightmare had long ago flickered in my head. Diana had been in a cage beside me. Did Settle see the same thing? I didn't get the chance to ask. Seattle relaxed a bit and glared at me. I could feel a slight shiver. Well, not even slight, just a shiver. Right up my spine as his words shook my core.
Do not speak of what I am to anyone, or I will set your destiny to die at your husband's hand.
Okay. Without letting me reply, Seto turned and left the room, leaving me alone to absorb what had happened. I felt the air in the room slowly drift back to normal, but I felt nowhere close to it. How was this happening? Why was this happening? Everything began to clash in my head, causing it to pound heavily in confusion and stress. My thoughts were interrupted as the door opened again, revealing James.
Love? Are you alright?
Hi there. James. Shake off your thoughts, get up and kiss him. Well, I know we've been honest from the very beginning. But let's go greet him. I couldn't control myself. I needed some relief from this from this entire situation. I usually found it in James' embrace and against his lips. I stepped from the bed and walked over to him, wrapping my arms around him and pulling him into a kiss. And because Seto said we had to make love with him, using air quotation marks, but you guys can't see it, we had to make love with him so he can get all the powers. James, taken by surprise, gasped against my lips before wrapping his arms around my waist and kissing me back. I let my mind sink into a blank state as I drowned myself in the kiss between us. However, I knew partly why I was doing this, to give James energy. If energy was what he needed to fight this, then I was willing to feed it to him. James pulled away slightly and looked down at me. As he looked into my eyes, he stared in soft surprise and confusion.
Love, is everything alright?
No, I can't do this. Pull away and snap out of it, or we're gonna kiss him again. I guess we're gonna kiss him. I really hope you guys don't hear the outside noise, but the window's open, because our room was smelling like fabric sheets or something you throw in your washing machine after. Yeah, it was too strong. So we're gonna kiss him again, because gotta kind of force him to. I didn't want to tell him what happened. I didn't want him to know what was on my mind. I simply needed him in the only way I could, and I needed to not think about what was happening. I pulled him back in and kissed him in that much harder, wrapping my hands behind his head and gripping to him tightly. James didn't question me further and tightened his embrace around me, deepening the kiss. Our mouths battled in a dance of dominance, with James winning and me giving in to his passion. I felt myself growing weak and at ease with the kiss between us, but at the same time I was floating in a mental cloud nine. My mind knew I could stop now. If he asked, I would come up with an exchange for my behavior, but I was slowly getting to the direction I was taking James toward. As one of his hands slowly slid down my back and hooked itself under my leg and behind my knee, I knew this was my only one chance to pull away before I let myself dive into the most needed sexual ride. So do we pull away or go all the way? Well, if we pull away, James is not going to get enough energy, and he's not going to be able to fight the angels. But if we go all the way, he will get all his energy that he needs. I'm not giggling at the dialogue, okay, guys? I'm in the room recording this, and Tyler's usually at work or something when I'm recording, but today's actually off. And I'm actually recording this the day of that it's supposed to be uploading, because life is so busy right now. So, we're gonna go all the way. I needed him. There was no point in stopping now. I quickly grasped his shoulders and pulled him back, walking us back towards the bed, eventually falling back over it with him kneeling between my legs. My mind became mildly frantic, shutting out the world, the war, the castle, the other demons, everything from my mind. All I needed right now was James and his embrace to take me away from the night and make me forget. James slowly pulled away, a soft pant escaping him. As he stared down at me, his pupils, not eyes, they're part of his eyes, but were blown in pure love and lust, gazing down at me with a hazy stare. Well, apparently, James, I need you right now. At the sight of James suddenly licking his lips, something in my core trembled. As his fingers slightly dragged themselves, I bit my tongue that hurts. Along my sides and gripped my waist, I felt myself melt into the mattress beneath me. I had unlocked the beast within James, and I was ready to take him. Screw the world for now. The night belonged to us and us alone.
Allow me to indulge myself first.
Oh, that sounds really cute. Yeah, it's like that. Okay, timer. Okay, I usually have my timer on my phone, but my phone is currently charging on my bed, so I had to like Google timer to get a timer. So it's not that cute little GG songs that I would have. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful. Really sorry if you guys hear a dog barking. The neighbor's dog crossed the yard, sees the mailman, and the mailman pulled up. So that dog is going off. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.